Hello student, welcome to today's S2QA lecture. So previous lecture we saw continuous improvement cycle and the waterfall model and its limitation. Today we start with the new development model. It's called as a iterative development model. So let's start with the iterative development model. So iterative development process is a more practical than the waterfall model. We already saw the drawbacks of waterfall model. So if you consider waterfall model, so it is not practically implementable. So here comes new model, that is iterative development model, which are more practical than your waterfall model. Then it assumes that changes may come from any phase of development to any previous phase, and there are multiple permutation and combination of changes happen in iterative development. So as we saw drawback of waterfall model, so the waterfall model does not allow any changes to your system. So to overcome this, they made a iterative model. So here multiple permutation and combination of changes possible in this model. Then this is the advantage of iterative development model. Then at each iteration design modification are made and new functional capabilities are added. So here are advantage: at each iteration you can make changes in your software. So basic idea behind this method is to develop a system through repeated cycle. It is also called as a iterative, and in a smaller portion at a time, incremental. Okay, so in smaller portion you have to develop your software in smaller portion and as well as in iterative form. So that's why it's called as iterative development model. And one more advantage for iterative development model is a feedback loop, which is the fundamental difference between the waterfall and the iterative development model. So in iterative there is a feedback loop is available. Okay, so with the help of feedback loop you can, our client suggests the changes in software. Okay, this diagram shows the pictorial view of iterative development approach. So as you know, for software development there are 5 phases important. Okay, requirement gathering, design development, testing, implementation, and last phase is your deployment phase. Okay, so in iterative development model, client send the requirement. So depending on the requirement there are different build happen. As shown in this diagram, there is a build 1, build 2 and build 3. So in iterative development you have to perform number of iteration with a smaller amount of code execution. So here in build 1 we build some features, then design that features. Okay, then test that feature, implement. Okay, again there is a build 2. So in build 1 there is a feedback is provided by your client, and depending on that feedback in build 2 you can change your design. Okay, then again test, implement, then again third build. Okay, so your software is divided into smaller part: build 1, build 2 and build 3. So number of builds you can take. Okay, next point is limitation of iterative development model. So there are following limitation present in iterative development model. First limitation: iterative development process consists of many cycles of waterfall model. So you have to perform many cycle of waterfall models. then more resources may be required. Due to following waterfall model, it required more resources. Okay, number of you are performing waterfall model number of times, so at a time you required more resources. Then next limitation, it give problems in fixed price project for estimation. Okay, so project price estimation, it give the some problem to estimate the cost, exact cost of project. Then another problem faced by iterative development is that the product architecture and design become fragile due to many iterative changes. Okay, so in this we are performing iterative concept. So due to that uh, software become fragile and it delicate. So these are the limitations of iterative development model. So previously we saw waterfall model and your iterative development model. Now we start with the incremental development model. So this is the another software development model. So let's start with the incremental development model. Incremental development model are used in developing huge system. Okay, so this model is applied when you want to develop a large system. Take an example, communication system, mobile communication system. So this is the large system. Suppose you want to develop a software for communication system, then you can follow incremental development approach. Then these systems are made of several subsystems which in themselves are individual system. Okay, so your entire software divided into various subsystem, and that subsystem act as a individual system for the development. Then next, then an individual subsystem may be developed by following waterfall methodology or iterative development. So you can follow either waterfall model or iterative development model, depend on your choice. Then next point is, this subsystem may be connected to each other externally either directly or indirectly. Okay, so this subsystem may be connected each other directly or indirectly. And next point is, the incremental model gives flexibility to a customer. So one system may be created and the customer may start using it. Okay, so it give flexibility to customer. Suppose take an example, you want to develop a website like a Flipkart. Okay, so depend on the your requirement, you add your suppose you want initially you have only 5 product. Okay, so you can add that 5 product and start your website, and when the requirement increases you can add the more product to your website. So incremental model gives flexibility to customer. Here is a diagrammatic representation of incremental development model. So as you know, in incremental development model, your system is divided into number of subsystem. So here example, take example for common communication system. Then for common communication, again that system is divided into number of subsystem, and these subsystem are created one by one, and they may be connected or may be connected directly or indirectly with the each other. consider another example. Suppose you want to develop online shopping site such as Flipkart. Okay, then what you want to do, you have to, this is your main system, then you can design system for, we can say, first Mumbai city, then Pune region, okay, then other state, Maharashtra, then Karnataka, Gujarat. Okay, so in this way you can build your software. So it provides the flexibility to customer, because if you try to execute at entire India level, then it required more time. But if you start with the small cities, then it is a faster development. So this is the one advantage of incremental development approach. Next point is limitation of incremental development model. So first limitation is incremental model with multi-vendor product integration are a major challenge, as parameter passing between different systems may be difficult. So here, if there are multi-vendor product you want to integrate, means there are two different vendor present and you have to merge into the one, it is called as integration. Then there is a major challenge because of parameter passing different system may be difficult. Okay, so these are the, we can say, coding drawbacks. Then second limitation, incremental model helps in integration of big system at the cost of flexibility loss. ओके, सो यहाँ पर एक डिसएडवांटेज और है, इफ़ यू इंटीग्रेट टू डिफरेंट सिस्टम then flexibility of your software may be reduced. So there is chances of flexibility reduction in incremental development. Then third, incremental in the system is followed by heavy regression testing to find that when multiple systems come together, can they work individually as well as collectively. So here is a one term, it's called regression testing. So this is the assignment for you. You have to search online and tell me what is regression testing, how regression testing is happen. So here they are giving some hint. Regression testing to find when multiple systems come together, can they work individually as well as collectively. So this is your assignment. You have to tell me what is regression testing and how it take place in software development life cycle. So let's understand what is regression testing. Suppose your software contain 5 module and you develop this module through incremental approach. Now you have to integrate all this module into a single system. Okay, so what is regression testing? What happened? Suppose you develop first module. Okay, so in that you perform all type of testing and check whether it is working fine or not. Again for second you follow the same, you perform all the testing and check whether it is working fine or not. Again for third and fourth you follow the same principle. Now what happen, in some cases if you integrate two components of your software, it may happen there is a by mistake, by developer mistake or any other, it creates some bugs in your software. Okay, so you have to again test that. It is called as a regression testing. So in regression testing, what we done, when we combine different module to a single module, we again test that module, suppose you are combining this 4 module into single module, then what you have to do, you have to perform again testing on this module and check whether all function provided by module 1, 2, 3, 4 are working or not. If they are not working, then you have to again raise a bug, and then again you have to send your software to developer. So in regression testing, we are performing again a testing on each module whether it is working fine or not. I hope you are clear with the two concepts here. First is iterative development model and second is a incremental development model.